Interesting weekend for crypto. Is it the next leg up? Government shutdown is looming. I think it's tomorrow. We had these before. I'm not sure it's going to make that much of a difference. So, with that said, welcome to Trading with Sergio. Every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, I forgot my green screen. It's okay. So it's going to be a short one today. So government shutdown is upon us. Uh, I'm not sure if it's going to make that much of a difference. We may get some volatility out of all this, but you know, it's all good. So what's going on this week? This week, I'll go to the positions. Obviously, I'll post my open positions today after the close in the community page of the YouTube channel. I actually posted my positions yesterday on X as well for the X crowd. So a couple of other announcements. I'm trying to locate let's see. What do we have this week coming up? We have, I'm not sure if I have that list, but I should. Did I erase it? It's a lot of unemployment numbers coming up this week. Let me go get it. Before we do anything else, so let's take care of a little bit of a business. I'm having a massive green day today. If you check my positions from Friday, you will figure out why. Crypto is moving. Bitcoin up to 114. Is this the next leg up? I'm not sure, honestly, but I'm positioned for it, so we will have to see. I trimmed some today of my Solana 2x ETF position. I'll keep the rest open. What else? Let me try to find what's going on this week on the macro side. I did. Where did I put it? My phone is full of garbage. Give me a minute. Oh, there it is. All right, key events this week. August JOLTS job opening data Tuesday, tomorrow. Consumer confidence data also tomorrow. Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment data. Wednesday, ISM manufacturing PMI data. Kind of important. Not that we manufacture anything anymore. Now, Thursday and Friday are the two big ones. Initial jobless claims data on Thursday, and on September jobs report on Friday. However, I just saw something that if the government does shut down, I think it's tomorrow night, right? Midnight. If the government does shut down, if it's not tomorrow, it's the first, maybe. I'm not sure. BLS said they may not announce the unemployment numbers. Like, okay, cool. Not that that mean much because they do revise it pretty much every single time. But I mean, it does move markets. Let's take care of some business. Let me put the link up if anybody wants to come on. I don't know. You guys are really shy these days. Here's the link if anybody wants to come on. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. The announcement is last Wednesday, I launched my brand new website. I would highly, highly recommend you go subscribe because there's going to be a free newsletter, weekly free newsletter going out, which will discuss macro. It will discuss trading, obviously, investing. There's something for everyone, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. There will be some stock ideas, obviously, which none of it is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is risky. Do all your due diligence, do it at your own risk. But I think I really like the website. The initial reaction or initial input has been very positive. It's a free-flowing website. It looks good. There will be a ton of information coming up on there as well. I will start doing some webinars off of the website. And the important thing is to subscribe to the free newsletter. It's absolutely free. And there will be some, and it won't be like long-winded articles. There'll be like maybe 2-3 minute reads, but it'll be on a lot of different topics. And look, I've been saying this for a year. We need to inform and educate. It starts at the elementary school level, goes all the way to college. I mean, there is no ifs and buts about it. We don't do it. I'm pretty sure it's intentional, but we do not educate about proper investing. In fact, on the homepage of the website, there's a clear message there. And if you go visit and see it, you'll understand what I mean. So here's the website, www.sergioavidian.com. Please share it. It is worth everybody's time. It really is. It's going to be, I mean, I'm here to teach and educate, paid forward. It's just another step. It combines the YouTube channel with the website. They're all integrated now. There's a blue subscribe button. If you click on it, there's a drop-down menu. You can go to the YouTube channel from there, watch some content. All recent content is automatically uploaded on the website as well. So either or, I would prefer you subscribe to both, but definitely subscribe to the free newsletter. And that will start going out probably starting the first week of October. We're trying to figure out what day is the best to send out the website. To send out the newsletter. And the newsletters will go into the blog as well. And there's a blog on the website. You can reach me through the website. So it's all connected. What is going on? One of my members asked me yesterday about the government shutdown. Look, we have, in 50 days, we're going to hit 38 trillion in national debt, okay? We keep increasing the debt ceiling, and we hit it literally every couple 100 days. And these types of occurrences, government shutdowns, because look, government cannot function without money, right? So, well, the Republicans are saying we don't want to print and spend. Well, they are. And the Democrats are saying, no, we got to fill it up with pork and do a whole bunch of stuff. Look, everybody has their point. I'm not going one way or the other, but these occurrences are going to keep repeating. The reason for that is our national debt. We keep increasing the debt ceiling, and then we keep hitting it. I mean, it's the proverbial musical chairs, right? We just got to keep the ball rolling. We can't stop spending. It's pretty obvious to me. And the rich have figured that out too, by the way, a long, long time ago. And if you look at all asset classes, look at gold today, new all-time high. Crypto is moving. Stocks almost at an all-time high. I mean, real estate looking back 4 or 5 years, all-time highs, right? So you got to accumulate hard assets because the US dollar is being devalued. The government doesn't think so. I definitely think so. All you have to do is go and look at a US dollar index against basket of currencies. Just this year is down about 11% so far. So that means you lost 11% of your buying power, pretty much. And look, I don't want to, I've talked about it a million times. I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face, but what difference does it make? It just, nobody's listening. I'm listening. My members are listening. I'm trying to figure all this out. And, as far as members, if you want to support the channel, click join. Send me an email, sergio@sergioavidian.com. I will send you the Telegram chat group link. On Wednesdays, I also do a special members-only live stream at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. So you will get that. You will get the replays. And the other thing you will get is you will get my trades live. As soon as I execute them, I'll post it for the members. And on the regular channel for regular subscribers, I post all my trades Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or about maybe before 2 p.m. Pacific. I run the channel with full transparency. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to hide. Losses, gains, they're all there. You know, it's trading, right? I do have an investment account, which is a lot larger than my trading account, but my trading account is not small. You know, for me anyway, at this stage of my life, I don't need to gamble too much. You know, preservation of capital is the key, because anything can happen at any moment, as we know. And to me, it's like I worked hard for it. I'm good at trading, so I'll trade with a 6-figure account. I try to beat the benchmarks by 6x, 5x, because you have to if you're trading, because after taxes and slippage and commissions, you have to be there in order to make it worth your while, right? Just don't do it because you're addicted to it. Do it to make money. What else is going on? Let's see. Not much. Crypto was moving. It's pulling back a little bit. I did trim quite a few positions. I'm not going to add to any positions. I'm still, I think, about 65% cash. So, you know, I set the positions up for a rally in crypto, year-end rally especially. Look, nobody knows what's going to happen. The way I set them up is with limited downside and massive upside, obviously. And they all go going out to November, December, January. I did it through options, although I do have some equity in certain DATs. DATs are the treasury asset companies. And, you know, whatever's working, man. You know, you find stuff that works and then stick to it. You know, I'm a huge believer in the keep it simple, stupid method. My mentors taught me a lot of good stuff 30 years ago on the desk. I still carry it. I'm going to teach it. And not a day trader, can't do it. I mean, I'm sure there are a few successful day traders, scalpers out there. Not my thing. You know, I want to breathe. I don't want to be glued to the screen. I swing trade, position trade. Sometimes I trade overnight, sometimes, but it's mostly swing trading. And if you do subscribe to the channel, you will learn quite a bit. You really would. And I have a few members here watching today. You know, I mean, they can attest to it that they have learned quite a bit over the past few months. So we went through pretty much everything. Yeah, please go subscribe to the free newsletter on the website. The link is up there. If you want to show up, please grab the link. The StreamYard link is up here. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss, because otherwise it's going to be a short one. So let's go through the positions real quick, and then I'll come back and answer to some Q&A if you have any questions specific to stocks, indexes, whatever. I'll go through some charts. So here we are. And hope you guys can see this. Okay. All right. So, okay. What do we have? I mean, the positions I posted didn't change much, really. Oh, come on, INHD, don't do that to me. Why do you do that to me? Wow. Okay. We went to the well, and then the horse didn't drink the water. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so let's go through the positions one by one. I'm short 45 DeFi Development Corp, which is a Solana treasury asset company. Put credit spread. Stock is 16.13. I'm short the October 15s and long the October 12.5s with a credit of about $1.20. I have 45 lots of those, so that's just a matter of waiting now. If it were to go below 15, would I want to get assigned? Absolutely. I'll take 4,500 shares of DFDV. 15 minus $1.20 would be $13.80, but we're hoping that it stays above 16, and Put credit spread expires worthless. That's like a close to a $5,500 trade if it all works out. Next one is I'm long 8,500 shares of INHT with a cost of $1.43. It's about $1.46. I had a sell order at 162. Where did it get up to? 162, and it just stopped dead. Now it's back to 146. This is called trading. I would have taken a couple thousand profit there, but didn't work out. Not yet, anyway. What else? Next position is MSTU, which is the 2x ETF of MSTR strategy. On this one, I have a non-symmetrical synthetic. Non-symmetrical meaning my short puts are less than my long calls. So I am short 45 of the December MSTU 5 puts at a cost of $1.20 almost. They're about $1.25 because MSTU went down because MSTR went down. Although today it's up about 10%, so gaining everything back. It's actually the position is about break even at the moment. However, when I started this position, I had started with a sold the puts, but then did a call debit spread. And when MSTU pulled back, I bought the short leg of the call debit spread with profits. So actually, overall position is profitable. These go out to December. So I'm short 45 lots of the December 5 puts at 120, and I'm long 100 December 5 calls. That's why it's called a synthetic. December 5 calls. At 94 cents. However, I had taken in about close to 8 cents when I covered the short leg. So my true cost is about 85 cents. They're about 90 cents. So we're good there. We're going to let that go. Today, I started buying Kindly MD. I think I have 10 or 12,000 share buy order. I could only buy so far. I mean, I scale in and scale out. I'm not going to shoot my wad all at once. I bought 2,500 shares at 118. It's at 118. You're going to say, why are you dealing with dollar stocks? I'm very interested in this MNAV game that's being played at the moment, meaning multiple to net asset value on all these treasury asset companies. I traded BMNR when MNAV was under 1. Nice, profitable trading. And when it got above 1, I sold it. So in all of this, all I'm trying to do is trade MNAV. A lot of people on Twitter are posting things like BMNR going to 8,000 or whatever. I'm like, none of that is going to happen if the underlying doesn't move. And what is the underlying? What are these proxies for? They're proxies for crypto. MSTR is a proxy for Bitcoin. BMNR is a proxy for Ethereum. DFDV that I'm short put credit spreads is a proxy for Solana. Okay, if Solana, Ethereum, or Bitcoin don't go up, these are not going to go up. Now, they're not going to go down if you catch them under 1 MNAV, meaning then you're buying the crypto at a discount as long as they don't have too much debt, because you have to figure all this out into MNAV. And, I'm just going to trade MNAV. And I decided, and I'm doing it, and it's working out. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rigetti, I was short, so that position is gone. I got assigned because I was short the stock and had sold puts. It ended up under my strike, and then I got assigned with profitable trade was there. I put on a short put position on Resolve, then I read the RZLV is the symbol. It turned out to be a quick day trade for a couple $100, but there is a nasty short attack report out there by an outfit called Fuzzy Panda, and I'm like, look, whatever. Ended up making lunch money on it, but I don't want to get stuck with anything. I just want to keep what works. Next position is SBET, Sharplink Gaming. This is an Ethereum. This is the second largest Ethereum DAT or treasury asset company. And so what do we have there? Yeah, that's a mixed up position. I have 1,500 shares at 1704. Stock is 1660. But with the option side, I have 60 put credit spreads. So I sold these go out to January 2026, because this is going to be a long-term position, hold position. I'm short 60 put credit spreads, meaning I'm short the 15 puts, long the 12.5 puts. Now you're going to say, why aren't you just selling puts? Well, because unlike all the FinTwits and all the geniuses on YouTube and X, I really don't know what Ethereum is going to do. I mean, my hat's off to Tom Lee. Everybody listens to him. He's the GOAT. I get it. He says it's 8,000 by the end of the year, 20,000 next year. Great. Cool. Wonderful. If it's going to happen, I'll be there. But at the moment, I trade what's in front of me. It's not there. So that's why I put in defined risk downside trades. When I enter these trades, I already know what my max loss is going to be. If I put credit spread on, I know what my max loss is going to be. It's the difference between the short leg and the long leg, which is 2.5 points. Well, okay. So let's look at Sharpling. Stock is 1660. I'm short the January 15 puts, long the January 12.5. Well, I did that with a credit, obviously. When you're doing a put credit spread, you're taking in money. So my costs are as follows on the 60 put credit spreads that I'm short. I am short the 15s at $2.55, and I'm long the 12.5s at $1.30. So that's $1.25. Okay, if I took in $1.25 credit and the strike difference is 2.5, my max loss is going to be $1.25 on this, period. On the upside, though, I bought some shares, 1,500 shares at 1704. I'm also long 15 January 15 calls at 440. They're about 430, so that's about even. But against those, against the shares and the long calls, I sold January 25 calls. So creating a call debit spread or a cover call position, actually. Okay. And I sold those at $1.90. They're about $1.80. Okay. So overall, the position is just about profitable. But my point in all of this is I don't know. Look, I'm bullish on Ethereum. I'm bullish on Solana. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, no doubt. But when you're trading, you just kind of don't know. And the fluctuations are pretty wild in these things. So, because there's also the downside that you have to think about, right? Okay. What happens if Bitcoin goes to 100,000 or 90,000? What happens if Ethereum goes to 3,000? Where is SBAC going to be? Where is BMNR going to be? BMNR is going to be like $30. It's 50 something now. SBAC's going to be like 8. Well, why do I have to sit there and eat that and then hope that after it goes to 3,000, Ethereum goes back to 6,000? I don't want to be on the roller coaster game. I don't want to play that game. That's not a healthy game for your pocket, for your account, for your brain, for your spirit, for your confidence. That YOLO thing people do, right up and down. Right in April, I see all these Robinhood accounts. They went down 50%, and then the market saved their butt, and now they're doing all-time highs. Great. Don't do that. I manage risk extremely carefully and prudently. So all I'm trying to do, literally, my trading account is about 3% from an equity all-time high, which I'm expecting hopefully to hit tomorrow. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But my point is, I was working on a drawdown of about 12-13%. I keep my drawdowns at 12 to 15% max. The reason for that is to come back from a 12-15% drawdown, your account has to go back up only 21-22%. If you allow drawdown of 30, 40, 50%, then you have to get up 100% to just get back to even. That is not a good game to play. Not for me. Maybe for some of you out there. Some of you YOLOers that get in opens, going to 8. I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. All I know is the price in front of me. The price in front of me is my scoreboard. I can act accordingly. So that's Sharpling. Next position, Semler Scientific. This is a complicated situation. Market maker is not giving me my money yet, although I did this trade properly. I put this trade on about 2 weeks ago. I did not know that ASST Strive was going to, which is Vivek Ramaswamy's company, which is a Bitcoin treasury asset company, was going to come and take over Semler Scientific. In fact, I posted on my members group that there was this massive, beautiful arbitrage. Well, I don't think anybody did it, but I was in a symmetric synthetic I said sold put credit spreads and bought call debit spreads. Well, the strike prices are as such. These go out to December. I had sold $30 puts on Semler Scientific. SMLR is the symbol. I'll explain in a minute why I did that. And then I bought the 25 puts. When I did that, I sold the puts at almost $5. The 30 puts, $4.98. Let's say $5, and I bought the puts, the 25 puts at $2.40. So I took in $2.60 credit. So I know my max loss is going to be $2.40 on this because I already have the $2.60 credit in the pocket. And then with that, some of that money, I turned around and bought a call debit spread. I bought the $30 calls at $4.20, and I sold the $40 calls at $1.76. Well, the market maker, as soon as they announced the merger, which is stock for stock between ASST and SMLR, he widened the spreads to the point that I'll give you an example. For example, the 25 puts that I'm long are $1.65 bid, $4.20 offer. The 25 calls that I'm, the 30 calls that I'm long at $4.20 are $3.80 and $6.20. The 25 short calls, 40 calls, 65 cents bid, $3.30 offer. Well, it's fluctuating my account by $5K every other minute. So I stopped watching it. So I'm just going to wait until this resolves itself. The merger has been approved, but the big game on this one, the arbitrage, was the day they announced it, Semler only went up to like 32, and ASST was 4. Well, the arbitrage there. So ASST is going to pay 21 shares per Semler Scientific share. Okay. Why are they doing that? Because Semler Scientific has an underlying business of medical testing equipment, or they have some sort of medical test. They do have an underlying business. Well, not a great business, but they have one. So what happened is that ASST and said about a year ago, at a much lower price, they had bought 5,100 Bitcoin for their treasury. Well, they have massive profits there. So I looked at Semler in its own without knowing that it was going to be a merger. I said, well, this is back to the MNAV story. Semler Scientific's just net asset value, not just their Bitcoin holdings, not the company enterprise value, was at 550 million. Well, the market capitalization at 28 when I put the trade on was about 420 million. So it's selling at 0.7 MNAV. I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy it. I put the trade on, and then the merger was announced, and sure enough, you know what's happening. You know, the arbitrage is happening. You know, they're shorting ASST and they're buying Semler because it's 21 shares per ASST shares. ASST last time I looked was about 240, so 21 times 240 is about 55. Well, why is Semler 29? The reason is this: it may not close. There's pipe investors in ASST at $1.50. They may take it down to that level. So there's a lot of variables in this, and I'm just going to hold this position as is. We'll see how that goes. And last but not least, I trimmed some of the positions. I will add to this position. I do like Solana quite a bit at about 200. And so I did the 2x ETF of Solana. I put these are going out to November. I put on a 2320 put credit spread, and I did that at, let's see, I did that at 663 on the 23 puts short leg, and 462. So basically at $2. Well, my max loss is 3, but I already took in 2, so I have another $1 to go if it's below 23. Okay, so I know my downside is limited, capped, or defined. And then with that money, again, I turned around and bought a bunch of 25 calls actually on SOLT. I had 25 calls with an average cost of 380. They're about 480 now, but I trimmed some this morning at 510 and 520, and then I sold vertically. I sold calendars actually spread calendar call spread. I sold October against my 25 calls, November calls. I sold the October 30 calls, taking some money, and we'll just, all these positions, I'm just going to observe and watch and let them work it themselves out. I'm not going to touch it. I like all of them. So I will trim some, I will adjust some, but I believe these positions are enough for me to get to new equity all-time highs. So I am watching some other things. Since I have about 65% cash, I want to deploy the cash, maybe do some cash grabs by selling some puts, and that's about it. That's where we are, folks. And yeah, let's see if we have any questions. All right. Hey, Stan, what's up? You left the group, man. We miss you. I mean, come on now. It's a Big Mac, bro. Come on now. Anyway, you have to do what you have to do. I get you. Hello, Serge. How bag holder from I actually looked at that the other day. You know the answer for that, Stan. You should know the answer for that, right? What did I say for probably during every meeting? The best trades I have made are what? Profitable trades? No. The best trades I have made is you go in a hole, you come back to even, and those are the best trades you can make. Okay? So, you got the answer, hopefully. Small loss, break even after being in a hole for a year. Yep, you just cleaned it up. Hey, okay, finally creeping up to break even, debating. Yeah, okay. Well, you got slaughtered once. Why do you want to get slaughtered again? I don't think you did. Good morning, Adele. What's up? What's up? You left the group too, man. Come on now. We feel bad. I feel bad, not the group. People think, I always think like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong or whatever? I will look at the chart when I go to the charts. I'll look at it. I literally looked at it on Friday. I think it broke 2, and I think I got an alert. That was the reason. And I actually did think about you, that you were in that boat. I mean, I got out of that boat, took a little hit. See, this is what I'm trying to explain to my members. In trading, there's something called opportunity cost. Okay, so it's all good that you can buy something and it goes against you. Look, it happens to all of us, but it means that you're not disciplined enough to take a small loss. I have some members who say it'll come back up. They're in that club. I'm trying to stop that, but then I'm trying to stop that, but they somehow don't like idea of taking losses. You gotta take losses. So I was in a heavy, but I had like 25,000 shares of that stock, and then I took my couple thousand loss and got out. Now, where would I be if I bought that thing at 2, rode it all the way under 1, and then now coming back a year? So my money is tied up, opportunity cost. With that $25,000 or $50,000, I would have made money or lost money, but at least emotionally it wouldn't hurt me, because when you buy something a couple of bucks and watch it go to 1, that's 50%. Now it has to go back up 100% for you to break even. So why even bother with any of that stuff, right? Take your 6, 8, 10% loss, say sayonara, come back to live for another day, because that's called opportunity cost. No, man, I don't. Whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm kidding. But if you're debating between rejoining and rent, I would go with rent. I wouldn't mess with it. But I know the situation, so members are not making me rich. Trust me. And it's not the idea anyway. But I do have to charge something. So let's look at the charts. Actually, we'll start with Hal. Okay. We'll start with Howell. Let's go to the big charts. Okay, so we can go. You guys want to go through the positions? Sure, we could. Let's just go through the positions charts first. This is the FDV. This is the 2x ETFs of Solana. Not 2x ETF, Jesus. This is DeFi Development. This is Solana Treasury Asset Company. As of today, the MNAV on this was about 0.9 or 0.91. So we're under 1. So the position is on. We'll keep it on. Put credit spread, stay on. People look at these things, oh, it's 50, it's like 16. I'm like, yeah, it's 15 now, 16, whatever it is. In fact, if it does pull back a little bit, I want to add to my put credit spread on that. Give me a minute. Let's see if we can add to them for $1, 5 more lots. So the put credit spread. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do like this. Put credit spread 92. Let's put an order for $1. Because these are October, there's like 2 weeks and a few days to go. So we put that one in. INHT all the way to 142. That's a bummer. I mean, couple thousand profit gone. Yeah, whatever. We have other ones. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Yes, this is DFDV. This is MSTR, which is strategy. It kind of broke down under the 200. It's back into resistance, but there is a bullish divergence developing here. It will all depend what Bitcoin is doing, obviously. If Bitcoin gets to 120, it's going to rally about 10%. And then my MSTU, which is the 2x ETF, where I'm short the 5 puts. I've been trading MSTU forever now. I'm short the 5 puts and long the 5 calls. That position will absolutely work out beautifully. Now it's time for patience, right? Okay. I was short Rigetti. I missed shorting it this morning, unfortunately. All these quantum computing stocks, I was short. I covered it profitably, but I mean, I think these are going to pull back a lot more. So QBTS is another one. Qubit is another one. Yeah, they're all rolling over anyway. ARQQ is another one. So yeah, nosebleed is nosebleed. Got to be careful with those. And let's go to the next one. So what was the next one? INHT. Bummer, really bummer. I mean, it's like a lotto ticket. I paid $142 for it. That thing went up to like 16 or something like that last week, a couple of weeks ago. I tried to squeeze 20 cents out of it. This was my sell order at 162. It came literally, knocked on the door and said, nope, we're not going to do it. If they had bought it, it would have been, that means it was going to go higher anyway. So I'll add to it actually. And if it gets down to the 130, low 130s, couple thousand more shares. This one that I started buying today, Kindly MD, but then this became a treasury asset company. I bought 2,500 shares, as you guys can still see the labels. I'm scaling down. I'll buy like 12,000, 15,000 shares of this at some point. Again, this one was up to 34 when they announced the deal, the pipe, and all that good stuff. Look where we are, folks, right? Bag holders after bag holders. Not $1. Lotto ticket, I'll buy it. I mean, it's like the buying these things is like buying an option without an expiration date. That's the way I look at it. And there's a treasury asset company. And at this price, actually, again, MNAV rules, it's trading under MNAV. Cool. So, yes, they do have a convertible they're paying for. They're diluting. I get it. I get all that. I've studied all of it. But I'm just watching MNAV. And next one is SBAD, SharpLink Gaming. Actually, let's look at BMNR first. This is Bitmine. This is Tom Lee's company. He's accumulating Bitcoin faster than Michael Saylor did. He's accumulating Ethereum faster than Michael Saylor has done with strategy, accumulating Bitcoin. So, I mean, look, man, the guy has been right. Can't question it. This, again, all of them are going to move with Ethereum. And here is Ethereum's ETF. ETHA and ETHU is the 2x ETF of Ethereum. So that kind of came down to, I mean, you can't look at technicals on these, but if you pay attention to that kind of thing, it's visited the tag the 200 EMA and bounced. So we'll see how that goes. SBAD is trading at 0.92 MNAV. Okay, well, I'm in. I put the trade on. I'm just going to let it go now. When I say let it go, I mean defined risk downside, a lot of upside. Great. That's why I did him in November and all the way to January, actually, on this one to 2026. Look, if we're going to get a year-end rally in Ethereum to 5,000, this thing is going to be 23, 24, 17. Okay, well, I'll keep the position. Keep the put credit spreads. Take the credit in with that. Pay some of it. Get paid to play and pay some of it. Again, I'm bullish on Ethereum. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, and I'm bullish on Solana. I DCA Bitcoin, actually, every Monday. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm trading. I don't know where Ethereum is going to go next week, next month, or maybe next year. Hopefully it's higher, but there's no guarantees. And this thing was as high as 124. So a lot of people who got into these things, the best trades on these was when MNAV was about 1.5, 1.7, 1.82. Wall Street did the right thing. They bought Ethereum and shorted all of these. And sure enough, they took it under 1 MNAV in a lot of cases. And that was the right thing to do. That was the right trade. Jim Chanos did it with MSTR. This is Semler Scientific. Oh, we're up $1. Okay, cool. So this is the one with ASST. The merger, just gotta wait now. That's why I keep cash around, folks, because now my money's tied up. Okay, well, I have a big enough account to hold it. I'm not going to be forced out of it. And this is ASST, is the one that's taken over Semler and their Bitcoin stack as well at 21 shares of ASST per. And look at ASST, right? It was about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks ago. It was 1260. Well, we're down to 2. When they announced the merger, it was 4. Okay. Well, the arbitrage was buy Semler, short ASST. And that trade actually would have, because Semler is about the same price as when they announced the merger, and ASST is down about 40%. So you would have earned 40% for yourself by just doing the ARB. And a lot of ARBs did it, I'm pretty sure. It's a complicated thing. You have to be able to short ASST. You have to be able to borrow it. So I don't know. I didn't mess with it because I already had the position, not knowing that there was going to be a takeover. But on this one, I am expecting, from looking at the prices, I am expecting this to go to 150 range, because that's where they did the PIPE, original PIPE. PIPE stands for Private Investment in Public Equity. And, by the time this merger closes in the fourth quarter of this year, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't go there, but even if it does go to 1.5 times 21 is about 32, 33. So my position still will be profitable. So we just got to hold on now and wait for the market maker to wake up one day and says, oh, why am I spread so high, so wide? Because I can't get out now. I mean, ultimately, I see what's happening here is me exercising my 30 calls. If it's above 30, the put credit spreads will expire worthless. I'll exercise my calls. The naked side of the call debit spread will expire worthless, and then I'll convert them into ASST shares, and then hold ASST. That's it. Done. Be done with it. Again, I'm a believer in all of these treasury asset companies, as long as they're not doing it with too much debt. And this is 2x ETF of Solana. I put the trade on. This is going to be the shortest term trade out of all of them. So I'm short the put credit spreads. Stock is 23.30. I'm short the 23 puts, long the 20 puts. With an almost $2 credit. So my total downside is an extra $1 here with massive upside. I mean, if Solana gets up, I don't know, to 250, this thing will be 35, like it was a couple of weeks ago. Then from 35, it went down to 18.5, right? So, look, you can ride these waves. I can't do it. I'm not gonna allow my account to go up 30%, down 40%, up 50%. It just doesn't work for me. And let's look at Howl. werewolf, as you guys can see right there. I was long. I took my losses. Then it went to 60 cents. Oh my God, Stan. You have to be breaking even about 230, right? What a beautiful breakout. You should have let me know when it broke the 200 EMA. I would have got back in. I think I had a limit minder at 2. Yeah, a couple days ago. Yeah, close above 2. That's when I got the, no, right here, 3 days ago. Right, this bar right there. Wow. I mean, if I didn't know what it was, I'd say this is a beautiful breakout. Enjoy the ride. Maybe we'll get up to 3-4. But then check out if there's any news coming out as far as, their product announcement, FDA approvals, things. This can go to 0 or this can go to 10. Do you feel lucky, punk, like Clint Eastwood said? I don't like playing games like that. Not with my money, anyway. So, yeah. You should be breaking even. Or sell some calls, buddy. You know how that works, right? This thing has calls, right? Let's check out the calls. Yeah, it has calls, October calls for a couple of weeks. Where are the calls? 2.5 calls are 25 cents. You can get stock is 226. You can get 10% for a couple of weeks. Sell some calls. And then if it's above 2.5, you get called away. You'll either end up making some money. And if not, you lower your cost basis. I'm not against it on this one. 170 IV. Check the news, man. Check the news when the FDA approval is coming or not. Because one of my members had a headache like that with a biotech company. Biotech companies are difficult to trade because they have some binary product. If they don't get approval, they get smashed. They go to 0. And I'm like, I don't want to play that game. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, you should be even. I don't think your cost was that high. But look, man, you can sell calls, you can do whatever. You can do anything you want to do. But from writing it from $2 to 60 cents and you're back to even, that's godsend. That's found money, basically. And then if it goes to 10, it goes to 10. Or my suggestion would be trim, right? Take a third off at least, right? And then if it goes higher, take another third off, and then keep the third. Maybe you can take these 2/3 off with a little profit. You're playing with house money. I don't know. I mean, I don't know your situation, so I would do those things. But I don't know. We'll see. So anybody coming on? No, nobody's coming on. Okay. Let's go through some charts. Excuse me. This is SPY. SPY, not you. Grinding higher. I don't like drawing too many lines, but the lines I've drawn are valid, so I'll keep them there. There's a channel we're working in. Again, technicals are technicals. They don't tell you the future. They tell you the past, but a lot of people do technicals. I'm like, okay, cool. A good friend at Quant Data calls it chopsticks. I kind of believe it because you can draw all these lines and create biases for yourself. I don't think it makes any difference to me. It tells you the past. It's a good thing to look at, to see. And a lot of people believe that patterns repeat, bull flags, bear flags. Look, I know it as well as anybody. I put indicators on it, draw lines, and then it moves the line, and then the new line is drawn, and move the line, and another line. I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? Look, we technically we're making new highs, but the indicators are kind of weakening, the RSIs and MACDs. Yeah, I mean, will we have a drawdown at some point, even to the 200 EMA, which is like a solid 10% drawdown? Yeah, why not? But buying puts have been futile. It's just you can't make money by buying puts. This is triple Qs. Actually look better than that. This is Apple. Apple just consolidating. It's just right below its all-time high. Tesla, amazing breakout. Again, technicals, right? There was a breakout. Actually, I should remove this line now. It's not necessary. There was a long wedge here when it broke out right about 345, 350 range. I mean, we're retesting the highs, so I don't know. You know, again, actually Tesla now with this last $100 move is above what it was 4.5 years ago at 350. It was dead money for 4.5 years. You know, whatever. And what else? I tried to trade Oklo, another one, short Oklo first. It didn't work out. Tried to go long. That didn't work out. I'm just going to be patient with this. This company's worth $21 billion market cap with zero revenue. I'm like, yeah, all these nosebleed stocks. I mean, you guys got to be careful with this. The big one on Twitter all day long is Open. A lot of YOLOers in this one. You know, company hasn't made a penny ever, although they have a new management. The guy came over from Shopify. Everybody swears he is the Messiah. I'm like, okay, we'll find out. But stock price will tell you the story. People think this is going to 82. I'm like, okay, well, in order to go 82, it has to go to 15 first. So we'll see. Again, I'm not bearish, bullish, whatever. I just trade what's in front of me. Some of my members are involved in Oscar Health. This is another, this is another one that all over Twitter, all over X, let's say. Look, people have convictions and they post it. I mean, I'm not saying I agree or disagree. It's just been going sideways. It's been dead money for 2 years. So I'm like, okay, that's when the opportunity cost comes in, right? That's it, man. I just pay attention to those things. I'm just trying to make 5-6x of the benchmark. If S&P is up 10%, if you're not up 60-70% in your trading account, then you shouldn't be trading. You should be doing something else. You should be investing, dollar cost averaging, maybe passive investing, because that will beat your trading any day. Rocket Lab is another hot name. That's kind of consolidating up here before the next move up. ASTS is, all these space stocks. That had a beautiful move off of it. I was waiting for it to tag 200 EMA. It didn't. Okay, well, yeah. I don't know. Gold new high. I mean, look at that breakout. We traded NUGT, got out way too soon. Look where that thing. I remember I was short 75 puts and long 80 calls. Index is 152. The index has doubled literally since then. That was the trade of the year. And took the profits, but took it way too early. But then nobody went broke taking profits. And this is TLT. This is interesting, actually. This is since the Fed cut the rates, interest rates have gone up. This is the inverse indicator of 20-year note. So if TLT is going up, that means interest rates are going down. And Fed is supposed to cut the rates 2 more times this year. I don't know why they're cutting rates, because everything they say is, economy is doing great, inflation is doing great, everything is fine. And then they go, we're not going to pay attention to the Fed mandate, which is 2% inflation with full employment. Well, we don't have 2% inflation. Inflation is a lot higher. And unfortunately, unemployment numbers are going higher as well. So why is the Fed cutting rates? Actually, I think I have a video coming out this week about that. Why is the Fed cutting rates when all asset classes are at all-time high? Are they seeing trouble ahead? Is the market even pricing a slowdown? Because market right now is pricing nothing but Goldilocks. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, I trade what's in front of me. I'm not going to argue with the market. A lot of people have gone broke arguing with the market. Not me. I'm not going to do that. What else? Actually, I want to buy some WeRide. Absolutely do. Yeah, I traded that quite a bit. As you guys see by the labels, Pony AI is breaking out, which is its competitor. Well, Pony AI and WeRide, by the way, are let's call it Chinese Waymos, okay? And they're global. They have partnership with Uber and stuff like that. So Pony AI breaking out, actually retesting the all-time high at 23.88. WeRide is the competitors. There is always a pair trade here, short Pony by WeRide. I like WeRide here. Actually on good volume, it kind of went above its 200 EMA. You know, I'm allergic to stocks that are under their 200 EMA. I trade them when they get too far away from it because there's a mean reversion trade. But once they break out, and that means the trend has turned, like when the 20 and 50 cross above the 200, that means you have established a trend now, and you got to trade that. But actually, WeRide looks pretty good. Some of these EV toll stocks are, I don't know, their valuation, everything's valuation is so ridiculous these days. This is Archer Aviation. These are the EV toll stocks, right? We're all going to fly Jetson style pretty soon. We're not going to use cars. The other one is Joby. I was short Joby. I made some money with that. As you guys can see by the labels. Actually, Joby is looking better than Archer. Marijuana stocks are moving massively today. Let's see what the symbol is on that. I'm looking at the ETF on that one. It's hold on a second. MMM. Yeah, MSOS is the ETF of cannabis stocks. Nice move today. Actually, that's a nice chart. Actually, I may just buy some of that. And MSOX is the 2X ETF of MSOS. This is nice. I don't know why I'm messing with anything else. This looks nice. I like these types of things. Long-term basis, massive volume today. I'm pretty sure there may be news that federally they may make, because federally cannabis is still illegal. It's a class 1 offense, but in a lot of states it's legal, recreational use anyway. It was legal in California for a long time as a medical use, marijuana, but if they do lift the federal class 1, let's say, punishment for it as well, I think that may be the reason. Actually, let me go look at why they're moving today. MSOS. These stocks have been dead. Why is it moving? President Trump lights up cannabis stocks with pro-CBD Truth Social post. There you go. Maybe it was the president moves things. Posted a video on Truth Social on Sunday promoting potential health benefits of cannabis. Yep. When your president says it, he called the bottom of the market. You got to listen to your president. You got to listen to your president. You don't F around with the president. Okay, I like those. I like MSOS. I like MSOX. If they're optionable, I'll take a look at it after I leave. So where is our port? We have that going there. INHT we didn't do. MSTU 475 at the high of the day. Beautiful. I may sell some calls on MSTU actually, but not yet. Ooh, kindly MA. Naka is moving now. 119, 120. Is there any volume? We got to buy 10,000 shares of that. Volume is okay. I mean, this thing is selling at like 0.8 MNAV, man. They do have the, but they're paying. They're going to pay for the convertible. They're recalling the convertible or retiring it. They have to issue 200 million worth of shares more. This is way under the pipe, by the way. The pipe on this was like $1.40 or $1.50. Yeah, it makes sense to me to buy this thing. I mean, it's like a option with no expiration date. And I'm selling under MNAV. I don't know. I like it. SBAD at the high of the day. Nice. SOLT moving nice. I don't know. I may have a 5-figure day today. Oh, actually, Semler is moving now. Where ASST is moving higher. Now, if ASST moves higher here, Semler is going to explode. No, still down. Yeah. They're arbitraging it every time. It's so clear, and it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. We'll just have to hold those options and then exercise when the time comes. Hood. Another up 11 more. Holy crap. Since the S&P 500 inclusion. Wow, beautiful. I mean, what a great company, right? What a great company. Democratized trading during COVID. Amazing. I do have a small hood account too, but most of all my trading is in Schwab and TOS. Because you can't do certain things at hood. Although now you're going to be allowed to short things and do all kinds of things with hood. The other one that it was included in S&P 500 last call, besides hood, was app 11. You guys see this gap right here at about 520. That's when they included it in the S&P 500. It hit 745 today. So I guess they keep doing it. Palantir consolidating before a new high, I'm sure. NVIDIA up 4. Just shy of, I mean, that's a nice consolidation period there. Looking at all these stocks, the Mag 7s and things like that, market's got to make a new high here. So slap my hand if I buy any puts. No, I will not buy puts. I'll probably short futures if I'm going to hedge my account. I wouldn't do it any other way. Yeah, all these stocks are about to move to the next level. Although they're overpriced, it's not my thing. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, so we went through pretty much. I want to look at Upstart. I like the 2x ETFs of these. Actually, Upstart pulls back a little bit more. Although under 200 EMA, allergic to those, I'm not touching it. I like the cannabis stuff. What was the cannabis stuff? I like those charts, even if they were not. MSOS and MSOX. Big volume today. MSOS. I mean, if that was just a chart, well, there's, I know there's ACB in that world, Aurora Cannabis. Look at that move on that today. Massive volume on these two. I might as well go with the ETF or the 2x ETF. Is the 2x ETF optionable? MSOS, I'm pretty sure is optionable. Yep. Massive amounts of calls trading there too. For October, and for the weeklies, I'm pretty sure they're trading ridiculous amounts. Yeah, they're trading 2x, and out of the money's 2x open and 3x, 4x open interest in some cases. This is expiring on Friday on top of that. I like it. I like this trade. I have money. Might as well. MSOX does have options as well. Those are not weeklies. Are they weeklies? No, they're monthlies, which is fine. So it's 868 tens. Tens are $1.50 at 268 IV. Holy moly. Oh, why don't we sell some puts? It's 875. It was 6 on Friday. It's up like, how much is that thing up? It's a 43%. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. 8 puts are $1.50 at 250 IV. That gives me at 6.5. Well, how about I do an 8-7 put credit spread? Sell the 8 puts, buy the 7s, 55-cent credit. What's wrong with that trade? Take 55 cents. How much is that going to cost me? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Oh my God, super equity efficient, $229 for 5 options. And I'm taking in $250? Hold on a second. What am I not seeing here? Why am I not doing this? We're doing a put credit spread. We're going to do an 8-6. So max loss is 2, less the premium we're going to take in. So we sell the 8 puts. We buy the 6 puts for October at $1 credit. Max loss is 2. It's at 870, way out of the money, 10% out of the money. I got to do this. Hell yeah. What am I doing? Are you stupid? I'll start with 10. In fact, let's go with 10 at $1. $1,000. Okay, we'll put 10 at $1. We're going to add to this now. I'm doing this on the MSOX 2X ETF of MSOS. Buck is not going to happen unless it pulls back, so let's do it at 95 cents. They're not doing it at 95 cents. I hate these market makers, man. Scumbags. Okay, we'll do 10 more at 90 cents. We'll do some 8/7s as well. There's the same 2-to-1 though. More money. These are Octobers, folks. Pay attention. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's do some 90 cents. Yeah, market makers. Well, we can leg in. Maybe. 870, 880 highs, 886, 50, 60. We can sell the puts at. We can sell them at. Let's leg it in. We can buy them at. We can sell them at $1.50 and do it at 55. That's 95. Or 95 is not giving me 95. Let's try to leg in a few at 95. Let's sell the puts at 155. That'll be my offer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he killed it. Son of a bitch. Screw you. What is wrong with these market makers? I understand. I used to be one, so they don't like it. They don't like their bids getting hit. So do I do? How about if I do the 7-6? Why am I doing 8-7? Let's price those up. This is too good to be true at the moment. Okay, so we sell the 7 puts, buy the 6 puts, or buy the 5 puts. Yeah, but then the wings are 70-cent credit. If I get assigned, I get assigned at 630, which is the low on Friday. Max loss is 2. I'm taking in 70, so max loss $1.30, too much. Okay, 7-6. 42-cent credit. That's better. I got to think about this. I'm definitely putting this position on, folks. So let's take a look at MSOS. Maybe we can do those shorter term. Let's see if the IV is super high on those as well. Not as high as the ETF, but still 140%. Let's look at Fridays. So MSOS is 5, up 24%. Not enough money. October. Let's go to October 17. Buy the 5 puts. Sorry, sell the 5 puts. Buy the 4.5 puts. 23 cents. If we can do it at 25 cents. Where was the low on Friday on this thing? $4. Yeah, I will figure this out by the end. I will definitely put this position on. Interesting. Low was like 412, 413. If I do 4.5, I'll get a sign 475. I want to do it right about 4.5 on this one and about 6 on the MSOX. I think I'll do the The other one is 250 IV. Definitely will do an MSOX. More exciting, right? October. Yeah, 250 IV. I cannot resist that. I definitely cannot resist that. Okay, let's try to sell a leg it at 10 and see if it's going to give it to me. Yeah, you give it to me and I can buy the puts, 6 puts at 55 cents maybe. No. Let's do it at 7. 7.6 for 50 cents. 42 cents. That's like found money, man. Or do we just wait for a pullback? I don't know. I'm going to think about this. I'm definitely going to think about this. MSTU 480. Okay, we're fine there. Yeah, positions are fine. I will add to the FDV at $1. Put credit spread. You know, finish the day with green. I will definitely look at this MSOX, MSOS. Yeah, put credit spreads is the right way to go in this one. May even buy some calls with the money. Way out of the money calls. If the president says it, you got to listen to the president. Not that it's nothing to do with politically, because the guy moves stuff. So, I mean, with all due respect. Yeah, this thing did pull back to 7 and changing. Okay. There may be a pullback. We'll take advantage of that. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Where's SPY? Just going sideways, man. Just grinding higher. Anyway. All right, folks. G money. Yeah, accounts up big today. Definitely 5-figure day. You all have a good day yourself, Lynn. Anyway, been checking news. Not news, but you gotta go to the go to the FDA website and see if they have something. I mean, it's moving well. No, once I lose money on something, it's very rarely that I get back in to the same name. Don't have a good experience with it, but I would go to the FDA website and then do a search for Werewolf Therapeutics. Let's see if they have any dates coming up, just to make sure. You don't want to have a morning surprise that you wake up that is like 8 cents or something. I'm sure the reason it's moving higher on good volume, somebody knows something or somebody's expecting something. So check that out. You don't have to, the news, not news in public, just news on the FDA website, or, I'm pretty sure they have some sort of thing. Yep, definitely. All right, folks. I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. Think about that cannabis trade. I don't know why I like that so much. For October. When is October expiration? October 3rd Friday of October, right? Of course. When are we talking about here? Let's see. October 17th. Okay, today's the 20th. So we got 14 trading days. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that on a pullback, especially. All right, folks. Much love. Come back, please, on Wednesday, trading with Sergio. On Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Please go check out the website that just launched, www. Here it is. sergioavidian.com. That's the website. Go check it out. Please subscribe to the free newsletter. You're going to start getting newsletters first week of October, hopefully. If not second week, but you will get one every week. It'll be about macro, it'll be about trading, it'll be about investing, it'll be about the rule of 72, it'll be about options, it'll be about power of compounding, it'll be it just education, right? And it's free. Just go click on the blue, subscribe, I don't ask for phone number, email, name, whatever, just email. Just put the email, whatever email you want it to go to, and you will automatically receive the free newsletter. I think it's a valuable tool for you guys. And but I will be doing a lot more through the website, and it's integrated with the YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please put a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share, especially the website. Please share the website. There's going to be great information there. And I want to change the rules. I want to inform and educate. I don't want to create YOLOers. I want to inform and educate the right way, because YOLOing is not the right way. You know, it's not. But it's okay. So with that said, join me Wednesday. Stay healthy. Have a profitable trading week. And see you guys on Wednesday.